What it do? Lab number 4. We're missing
Quattro.
Hugh. Quattro. We're missing Hugh. I want to say this before we start. First things first, rest in peace, Uncle Phil. For real. Because Hugh is at the J. Cole concert right now.
Living life.
Living life. It's all good.
Cold world.
It's a cold world.
No blanket.
No blanket. If you're wondering if you've been keeping up, there's 3 of us. But right now, it's me and JB. Pick and roll, pick and pop.
Hey, don't come to the lane.
Don't come to the lane.
Whoa.
Play all basketball fouls right now only. So.
Hey, Warriors 1-0.
Hey, chill. chill. Hey, Brody's gonna fit in. Don't worry.
Okay.
I'm just fucking around.
Yeah, play. It's all right.
All right. So we got on the agenda today. A lot of big news.
Big week, big day, man.
The Bulls are up. The Bears are down. Is that a fair statement to say?
That sounds like some good sentiment to me.
All right. So another thing we didn't just off the top of the dome, off the top of my dome, excuse me. I'm so excited to talk about this, but on Wall Street, obviously there's like a bull and there's a bear, but then someone, I don't know who, they dropped a big ass ape with hella bananas. So it just goes to show you with the times, if you're following like Wall Street Bets or any of those meme stocks, even with crypto, if you're going full body, you're going all in, you're aping in, the apes stronger together, So I just thought it was funny how they, there's like 2 animals. Now they added a third one. So it supersedes the normal sentiment. It's either you're up or down. Apes is like, no regard for life. I believe in this. I'm going balls to the wall. We're going to get this. So this came off the top of my head real quick as we're going through this. But all right, so we'll start with one Bitcoin ETF launch on Tuesday, yesterday. So
damn, I lagged. Am I back? Am I good?
Yeah, I lagged too. We're gonna let it run. It is what it is.
Yeah. No one's listening, bro.
Don't 3-letter agency. They might just tapped in real quick.
They just joined.
I love America. That's I'll make sure I love America.
I pay my taxes.
I pay my tax. I love America. So if you're listening, you've seen those memes where the guys are just like, listen, like this shit again. They're talking about crypto getting shit off.
They're in the van. They're like, it's Wednesday.
Yeah, they're in the van. Yeah, like it's Wednesday. Oh, it's Wednesday. These guys.
It just happened to be exactly 11 o'clock.
But yeah, okay. So Bitcoin ETF launched on Tuesday. So that's good. I feel like it's a long time coming. We expected this. I think early or late 2020, going into 2021, the talks about it, the rumblings about it, obviously with the whole Elon, ESG, Bitcoin's bad for the environment type deal, which actually just a ploy to help his company out because, they're alternative energy. Anyways, besides that, like that whole little incident, what do you say that March, April?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Bitcoin was rocking, 60,000 plus. Now we're back at that level, roughly 6-7 months, half the year.
Yeah.
So I own a little Bitcoin. It's not my number one crypto, but I didn't sell though because I knew it would be back. So hopefully, if you're watching this, you didn't sell. And
diamond hands.
You didn't have you weren't a paper-handed.
Newspaper boy.
Yeah, the paper-handed. If you know, you know. If you don't know, you probably will find out later on. So that's one. The Bitcoin ETF launched, actually coming up too. Let me share my screen.
I mean, even at what I was reading was, I think the Winklevoss twins were one of the first ones to drop or to file for ETF, and that was like 8 years ago.
Oh wow!
So for ProShares, I think theirs was waiting approval for it was like 75 days.
Right.
And then Monday was listed, and then Tuesday it was available to trade. And I think it was just on Tuesday, it was about 24 million trades. And that equaled about like $1 billion. So there's a lot of price action, a lot of movement. And I think it's a good sign just to get people exposed to Bitcoin that aren't ready to, or don't want to take the steps to go download Coinbase, put in all their information and have to go scroll through and figure out what these things are. They just want to have, their institution do that work for them. So
Right. It's pretty much
big day.
for boomers. I mean, I don't know any other way to say it, because if you're going to buy shares of the Bitcoin ETF, why do that when you can actually buy the actual thing, right? But I just don't think
it's just exposure.
Yeah, they just, they're, hey, boomers going boom. It's cool. But it's like, bro, just go to Coinbase, sign up, buy Bitcoin. It's like trading a stock. It just, instead of going to Charles Schwab or I don't know, some other site, you go coinbase.com. All right. I'm sorry.
Captain, bro. Hey,
I'm not,
some people might not want
I'm
to do
sorry.
that research. Yeah.
I am sorry.
No, don't say you're sorry. Keep that same energy.
No. Look it. Trust me. Don't worry. I'm sorry for not being sorry. Get on Coinbase. Come on, yo. Tripping. All right. So BITO. That's the ETF. If you're interested, if you don't want to take that full leap yet, if you're a boomer, but it's probably my age or younger or a little older, you have an option. Go through your bank or your brokerage platform. Pretty much, yeah, this is a launch. I just want to show this right here. But one kind of funny off-topic thing or somewhat related is the Valkyrie Bitcoin strategy. They changed their symbol, their ticker, to BTFD. Now, if you're in this community, I'm thinking about making a little separate video of the kind of the terms of the crypto world, the meme stock. BTFD is buy the fucking dip. I'm gonna say it. That's what it is. That's reality. I'm not gonna bleep it out like this. Oh, okay. The acronym stands for buy the bleep or expletive dip. I like to say I'm a realist in life. It is what it is. Some things you can change, some things you can't. So F stands for fucking. So if your ears are sensitive, cover them. If not, let's rock with it. So I think it's funny though, the meme culture, internet culture, number one, or any culture. I think if you're anything nowadays is infused with internet culture, and what the internet culture is like, having acronyms, having little play on words. For example, HODL, HODL. Supposedly, as the myth goes, he actually meant to say hold, but he was drunk, whatever. And then now it just became a thing where you HODL. It's like, why don't you just switch the L back to where it's supposed to be? But no, people took it and ran off. So it is what it is.
Hold on for dear life.
Hold on for dear life. Yep. So that's that. Let's see what else we got going on. You have anything with that, or no? It's pretty much straightforward, huh?
That just shows. It's just another thing to add to the shift in what moves. I guess what moves just culture and just the way the world is kind of changing from before. It'd be like an organization or a corporation would try to push a narrative or push a storyline or any type of thing they want to put out, like they would control it. But now it's flipped where the people have an idea or like you said, a meme or, just words, and those then get translated up to those companies that are then using it for their own marketing. So it's kind of interesting to see that flip.
All right. Next, a lot of bullish news around this time. We're approaching the end of the year, beginning of Q4. Not the beginning, but we're October, so still the beginning, I guess you can say. NBA lands first cryptocurrency sponsorship with Coinbase. So boom, again, Coinbase. I know a lot of people hate crypto. If you hate crypto, that's cool, right? That's your prerogative. But NBA got it, so I think the NBA will vet a company or vet an organization to make sure they're not worthless or not gonna NGMI, not gonna make it, right? So as you can see here, it's a software platform company that allows for cryptocurrency exchanges. Boom, something we kind of knew, but again, some people might be, oh, what's that? I never heard of that. This is just more introductory intro to crypto and just what else is out there. I'm not gonna get into the numbers here, but hey, boom, NBA, crypto, diamonds, diamond hands.
Hey.
I don't know, maybe a little play on some words or a little play on themes, but But yeah, big news. So boom, I'm here for it. Bullish.
And I think it was the Blazers, like earlier in the offseason, it was Storm. Is it Storm X? It's like you get rewards for shopping online. They're the jersey sponsor, and then the Kings, I think, are Anchor, and then there's another, might be maybe two other teams that are sponsored too for the jerseys.
I think the Sixers with crypto.com.
Yes, that's the other one. Yeah. So it's just exposure. It's getting out there, getting seen. I mean, just the other day I saw a BlockFi ad on TV. It was on Fox Sports 1. So
yeah, so Kings and blockchain company Anchor launched multi-year partnership.
Yeah.
Again, look at boom. Anchor branding to appear on on-court signage to raise awareness on Web3 innovations.
Yep.
It's I don't know what else to say, but it's coming, people. Like
now the Coinbase link with the NBA is interesting too, because it was just was it 2 seasons ago when they launched the Top Shot, the NFTs. So that was through Dapper Labs, and at the time you could only trade in USDC, or you could link up your card and pay for it. But when I was just looking about a week ago, now you could purchase Top Shot NFTs with Ethereum, the Flow token. They've got DAI on there. They got Bitcoin. So I think that that's just another step that they're taking. They say, hey, we got the Top Shot going for us. But there's a lot of people that don't really know or aren't buying the tokens to get onto Top Shot, or that maybe already have it. So then just Coinbase is just another bridge, just an easier way for people to, purchase Top Shot NFTs. So it's just all adding up, man. And then that could even lead to other things too in the future. Maybe you want to talk about that, but
yeah,
I think this links it right here.
Yeah. So Facebook's Novi taps Paxos Coinbase ahead of Diem rollout. So I think, I believe Coinbase will be the So right here, instead of me trying to think about it, it's right here. We'll provide custody services for Facebook's Novi wallet, and then they will use Paxos as a stable coin to transact value. So let's look at this. Okay, you're Facebook. Let's just be honest. Facebook is the social media for all older people, right? Facebook is adopting this. And who's primarily on Facebook? Older people. So Facebook is changing its name to be more metaverse focused. We'll talk about that later. But also they're saying they're implementing a crypto payment service, or service to exchange value, to buy stuff, what have you. So that just shows you that they're going to onboard these older people, and I'm 100% sure they're going to have like a very, 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 very simple, keep it simple, stupid KISS method to help these boomers understand what a wallet is, what crypto is. And I don't know what else to say besides, if you can understand the internet, or if a boomer can understand how a paper back in my day versus how the paper is now the internet, you can understand your wallet and physical money as being a digital wallet and coins.
Yeah.
It's literally the same thing. It's just digital. You can't touch it necessarily. So Novi will be the wallet for we'll deposit the funds with Coinbase, and then that'll be interesting to see how the wallet system will be on Facebook, right? Like just how it launches when you enter Facebook. Like, is it going to be right there, like another icon, like similar to MetaMask, where you just boom, click this, click that? Like, is it going to be like an extension, or look like an extension but built in onto the Facebook environment?
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting. But it's interesting because Facebook originally announced Novi alongside Diem in 2019. For whatever reason, it didn't work. Or I'm sorry, its intentions, excuse me. Their coin was going to be called Libra, a Libra coin, stable coin. but due to regulatory issues, they had to change the scope of the project. So maybe Facebook said, hey, since we can't do Libra, we're going to go ahead and partner with an existing stablecoin. And I think that's an easy sell too. Like you mentioned, Paxos is a stablecoin pegged to the value of gold. So
I think they might have two separate ones. They might have
okay.
like a Paxos, and then I did see they have like a
Oh,
Paxos.
Paxos G.
Yeah,
that rings a bell. That rings a bell.
Mhm.
Okay. But yeah, at least getting those people along with things that they're familiar and say, hey, you're familiar with gold, you're familiar with like being
Oh
on the
yeah, the
internet.
boomers,
The
boomers
boomers
with
like,
the
hey,
gold. Yeah,
it's
okay.
just like that. It's tied to gold, but except you know what? It's going to be a digital version of it. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
It's tied to it. So I think that's a very good marketing movement movement, marketing move for
Mhm.
on the behalf of Facebook. So.
Do you think also, if you're if you're saying the customer base, like a core customer group for Facebook is boomers, do you think now that they have announced this, maybe this could intrigue some of the younger generation saying, oh wow, maybe I'll go back to Facebook because they have a digital wallet?
Yes, I think this is a step into that, but Facebook, again, like I said, is known for being like boomerish. The second Facebook changes its name and changes, well, I don't want to say change, it's just going to take a new form, but now include the metaverse with the whole little Oculus VR
Hmm.
and just building out that world and people watching Ready Player One. I think there's a more recent video or movie that came out. Once people see that and see how cool it is, oh
Hmm.
man, you can do this. Like you can, to say you're not happy with your appearance, you can now look however you want. You can do that.
Yeah.
We were talking about this earlier, but reality will not be reality anymore. It'll be like an escape. That's what you're trying to escape, whatever you want to call that. The metaverse will become their reality because that's where they feel themselves. That's where they want to stay. That's where they want to be. That's where they feel like, they feel comfortable.
To
Yeah,
use
man.
that example from Black Mirror, Striking Vipers, that episode, a pretty wild ep.
Hey,
But
hey, I don't know. If I go into that metaverse, I might be striking some vipers. I don't know. Hey,
hey,
we stay open out. We open.
yeah, that's
Pause.
that double
Pause. Pause.
life.
That's that double life.
Double life. Hey, what happens in the metaverse stays in the metaverse.
Hey, hey, Vegas? Nah, bro. You tripping?
Yeah, hey, we're going
Metaverse,
to who goes? You could go to Vegas in the metaverse,
bro. Meta
and go to
Vegas.
New
What you
York
know about that
City,
Meta
and go to
Vegas, bro?
Miami. You could go all around the world in the metaverse, and you're just on your couch.
Yeah,
But
you can go into the metaverse and go to Vegas, Miami, New York. Wild boy. Let's go, wild boys right now.
yeah, yeah,
Normally, be like, oh, I'm with my girl, da da da. But maybe you a little interested. I don't
mm,
know. It's all good. We cool. If you
yeah,
like that, I love it. Like, it's all good.
yeah.
I like, oh, like just say, perfect example. Oh, we're gonna take a little trip to Frisco with my girl. You can only do so many things with your girl. But then if
Mm,
you're like, oh, we're gonna take a trip to Frisco, I'm with my girl, but or like I can take a trip to Frisco here. I could take a trip to Frisco. I don't have to be with my girl, but I can do what I want to do in Frisco. You know what I mean?
oh, okay. Yeah, handle
This
your
is
biz.
this is handle your biz, but this is directly more towards the striking vipers crowd.
Yes.
I'm just saying, like I'm cool
Yeah.
with it.
This is not sexual advice either. This is sexual opinion. So.
Hey, exactly. But the point we're trying to make, that's like, okay, we're kind of getting off the rails, being funny about it, but it's like in the metaverse, you can create your own skin. If you played Fortnite, you can create your own character. You can look however you want and be who you truly are in this world without having to be judged on where you came from, what you look like currently. You create what you look like. So everyone can technically and essentially be perfect in their own eyes.
Mm-hmm.
That's how they want to be looked at. So,
And in
you know,
the example of Facebook, I think they pride themselves on being a community like across the world, like there's no barrier.
yeah,
So if Facebook, or not if, but when they create that metaverse, someone here, say in America, has family, in another country, maybe in England or Mexico,
I am
around
not
the
doing
world.
I'm not doing a good job on being an example of my community. Excuse me. Sorry. Go ahead, Jesse.
Okay. Research gang. But yeah, so Facebook wants to, say everyone is connected. Now, while you're in the metaverse, if you have a family member, in another country, and you can't, pay to go on a flight to go see them in the physical world, you could go visit them in the metaverse. You guys could go play baseball. You could go, to the movies. You could go anything you're thinking about doing with somebody that you say, oh, they're too far away. They're in a different country. I won't be able to visit them for a few years. Now you get onto Facebook, you throw on your virtual reality, you could go see them right away. And time in the metaverse, there really is no time. So wherever that other person is and they happen to hop on at the same time as you, then wherever you're at in the metaverse, that is the time. So it's just very, very interesting to think about. When I talk to people about the metaverse, I use the NBA 2K My Player example. And we've been playing that for a while. It's basically you create a player in 2K, the video game, as yourself. So you get to choose what you look like, your height, your way you build, your name, and you go through a storyline of trying to make it to the NBA. And then once it became more advanced and online features came out, you could then use your player online to go play with, I could go play with, Ronnie or different players, and we could just play a 5-on-5, a 3-on-3, a 1-on-1. And that is basically in the metaverse. And at the same time, 2K, to buy content or to, upgrade your clothes or your shoes, you use VC, like virtual credits. So there's going to be a time when 2K decides to implement their own token that is going to be interchangeable on the blockchain, whatever they pick, say it's Ethereum, that then that token can then be moved on 2K in that metaverse and outside on the blockchain in different aspects as well. So
what is it called where you're at the park playing? It's like the park, right?
Yeah. I
don't know. Like that. I don't know the name exactly, but
yeah, that's the example that I use just because it's.
Here we go. Boom. Perfect example.
Yeah. There you go. There's your player.
You're not even playing essentially. You're just messing
you're just
around,
browsing around. So.
Like I remember when like Harambe died, they had a whole bunch of dudes like holding like something like this up, and it was a whole bunch of dudes walking around the court with a Harambe shirt, just like I think it was Harambe. Yeah. So like that's what I'm saying, or not what I'm saying, but that's what is actually going on right now. Like these are all individual people playing somewhere. I'm from California. I'm from Pennsylvania. I'm from Florida. I'm from Texas. Like they're all playing here. Now imagine when you put the little Oculus VR glasses on, taking it to a whole new level, and then you got like the full little bodysuit. Now you can feel a sensation, and
that's the thing that
what I'm
makes
saying.
The physical world real.
Striking vipers, man, watch out with that full bodysuit.
You have to fulfill the 6 senses. So I mean, right now you got the Oculus on, you're fulfilling the visual part, and you're fulfilling the hearing part. But there's going to be a point where that that touch, and maybe that smell. And then what's the other one? Feel. Also, there's only 5. I'm thinking about the movie.
Yeah, make sure that make sure that smell on point.
The smell. Hey, you go to Disneyland and you go on that ride, and you're flying across, Africa, and you get that little smell of dirt or soil, and then you're going across Niagara Falls, you get that smell of water. So they have the technology. It's just about when they're going to implement it.
This is what we're going to look like. Fast forward in 5 years, bookmark it. You know what? Don't bookmark it because I'm like I'm kind of like a told you so person, and it is what it is. I'll go ahead and share this video game, like, oh, we're talking about this. What the future is gonna be like. Remember that? South Park, member berries. Member? I'm gonna show you. Just for context for people. And real quick, I want people just to take, just pay attention to this number right here in the corner.
Flex.
Yeah, flex it. So member berries, member. Oh, I'm member. That's gonna be me. I'm this guy, and I have no problem saying that. But anyways, all right. So we hit those couple things. That was our icebreaker, everyone. If I'm being completely honest, but
it's kind of linked all together too. That worked out.
It's all linked together. All right. Next, let's go ahead. there's a node that we're watching, part of the crypto community. I didn't make too big of a bet on it. It's a little bit.
You want to bring that up on the screen?
Oh yeah, thank you.
Hit him with that drum roll.
Hit him with that drum roll. But it's on Twitter though. I'm gonna bring you the real what the people are saying on Twitter. Not.
That's what we're here for. We're the voice of the people.
Yeah, exactly. I couldn't have said it any better. So, Pop Network. As you can see, I'm not gonna get too deep into it. I want to talk about what has.
Did you want to give a little context?
Unraveled, yeah, but I'm just gonna say it's a decentralized infrastructure for the creator economy, similar to, I would say, Theta TV, but pretty much it's for content creators who want to stream, do, content. So leading up to this moment though, pause, what's going on? They were supposed to do an AMA. Whoa, I did not click that, but yeah, it bounced. They were supposed to do an AMA.
I think it was like the 8th.
On the 8th.
Mm-hmm. October 8th.
With this, with Valerian. I saw his live stream today. Pretty cool guy. Like, he was very enthusiastic, spoke well. He's very spiritual, very like a yogi type guy, because the stuff that he was saying, which is fine, but I'll get into it. Long story short, like Jesse said, I think you have the dates more locked in than me. There was supposed to be like an AMA or like an interview on October 8th. He ended up missing it. He did say though on his Instagram live, but so that's another thing. But on his Instagram live, he did say he was probably most likely going to miss it. He was going to be traveling from one place to the other. Okay, understandable. But in the crypto community, crypto Twitter, it's not crypto Instagram, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they were advertising it on all their platforms. I would imagine maybe TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, what have you. The Pop Network's Instagram is essentially a bot that just
their Twitter is run or is posted by HubSpot, which is a bot service that would automatically tweet out scheduled tweets on the dot at like 5 o'clock, or it'd be 4:59 every certain amount of hours. So that was something that we had monitored, before that AMA, and then it was just kind of like, okay, what's going on here?
So they will just put out random tweets. I'm trying to bring one up. Look at Pop Network is a decentralized platform for creation, distribution, and monetization of content. Okay, yeah, all right, cool. But when you miss an AMA, or like not miss, but rescheduled, and the message wasn't sent out to enough people, and obviously you can check Twitter like I just did right here. You enter, you can search things, and people are like, hey, you said the AMA was on this day at this time, but how come I don't see it? What's going on? And then a couple days go by, more like 2 weeks go by, and there's no communication. There isn't any reach out to the community. Hey, we see that everyone's concerned. We want to remind, like, this is what I would say. We want to remind everyone, we said this on our Instagram live. Obviously, by now we can tell, people on Twitter weren't aware. Sorry, we're going to reschedule that. Instead of doing that and like notifying people of like, hey, there was like a miscommunication, there wasn't anything. Pop Network just kept on tweeting random stuff like, okay, wow, October 17th for real. Like, that's the first time I've seen an actual like human response. Like, it's not like a pre-edited, not fabricated, but like a what's the word? Like preloaded,
it's not brought text. To you by HubSpot.
Right. So essentially they didn't say anything. And then today, kind of like out of the blue, or just very on short notice, the guy who I showed you previously, cool dude, by the way, I just kind of not sure what's the best way of doing things, but he goes on his Twitter Spaces live and he goes, I just want to, address everything that has unfolded. I want to address that. And I want to remind you that on Instagram Live, I did say I won't make it. And it's like, okay, that's cool. You're right. You did say that, but you didn't like once you. And the reason why I feel like I know he saw that because he was like, with all the pandemonium, with all the hysteria going on, it's like he knew what was going on, but he
He
didn't
said
want.
that.
Yeah, he said those words. He didn't want to jump in and say, "Hey guys, it was a miscommunication. We're gonna do it for this date." He like let it drag on from the 8th till like now to earlier today, and some of the stuff that he was saying was like more of like, again, he's a, he has Buddha in his headline. He was like, everyone just needs to take 10 deep breaths in and out. We're here. You're obviously watching this because there's some level of, you care about this and you're interested. And he goes on this thing saying like, it's funny, people in the Telegram get kicked out by the admin, but yet,
Me.
yeah, oh, you did. But then they come back, they're DMing me saying, hey, I want back in. So it's like, I understand people now have hated or don't like this project for X, Y, and Z reasons. But it's funny because they're asking me to come back in to the Telegram, like, hey, unblock me. So me, I'm just like, okay, like, is it so much like, are you trying to say like, yeah, I'm having the last laugh now? Or like, oh, you really do care about this, like kind of like making him say like, I told you so type deal. And he just kind of kept going back like, at the end of the day, all I know is we're here and we're moving forward. We're not looking behind us. We're moving forward. Being part of the strong community, it's exactly opposite. Every week you can talk to the CEO.
Research every Friday.
Yeah,
Collins on the YouTube.
And so just with that being said, and then he goes, Grant Cardone. I don't know if people know Grant Cardone. I've heard, good things, and I've heard some, other things. Let's say he goes, and leading up to that AMA, he was like spending time with Grant Cardone, and that's actually his mentor. He says in the AMA on Twitter Spaces today. And then he goes, the Grant Cardone marketing strategy. You have to keep pounding it to like let people know what it is. And he's like, I guess one thing I didn't do well was the Grant Cardone marketing strategy. I didn't pound it. I just said it once in passing and thought it would be okay. And I'm just like, I don't know. I feel like it was on a level, again, I'm just going to give my opinion on what I felt at that moment. It's like, are you passing the buck to Grant Cardone? Or are you going to say, hey, you know what? I should have stepped in a little earlier, because we're at this point now where the token was like at 1 cent. Now it's like at 5, or it was even lower than that, like maybe 0.4. So that's like 50%. But he doesn't seem too bothered by it. So
did the launch go through, or is it rescheduled?
So okay, I'm glad you said that. He doesn't talk in definitives. Like he doesn't say on this date, boom, here at this time, boom. He goes, since this whole thing was delayed by my schedule, I'm still going here. He's going to like a Solana conference, I think Spain or something. He's like, he said, we're going to go ahead and drop the launch around my travel schedule. And it's like, which one? The one that you're talking about before, or the upcoming one? Like, it's just not clear. Like sometimes people just need like October 31st, nodes are live, which they did the first time. Now they're saying it again for the second time, but now they're saying, oh, my work schedule or my travel schedule for the next week and a half is going to be this, and this. And pretty much like, almost like keep up with me. When you see me at my last destination, which is I think a Solana conference in Spain, he's pretty much saying, I'm not going to give you a date, just keep up with where I'm at. And that's how you know the nodes will be close to launching. That's how I'm taking it.
And how are you feeling about it?
It's like, I don't know, you're kind of stringing along you have a stick and you have a carrot, and am I the donkey? Am I the ass that's just going to be following it around? I don't know.
Yeah.
Why can't you just give us shoot us straight like you did prior, October 20th, or whatever the date was, but then in passing you just briefly mentioned, oh, you won't make it. Why can't you do that again? I don't know. Maybe he doesn't want to put any type of timeline on it, but at the same time, it's like, okay, now we're forced to keep up with him oh, is he in Spain yet? Oh no, so nodes aren't ready, or you have a couple more days.
Yeah.
I don't know, but compared to Strong, we're just so used to straight. David Moss is a straight shooter.
Yeah.
This day here, this day there, and if there's any delays, he'll let us know in the next AMA. But
yeah, so for me, I think it was on October. Was it the 2nd? Yeah, I had it written here. October 2nd is when I got involved with Pop, and like we said, the AMA was scheduled for the 8th, and then that's when it just kind of raised some red flags because he didn't show up for that, and then on Twitter I became more involved. I followed some more people, and they were just saying like, oh, what's going on? Got a lot of question marks, and then that's when we saw the HubSpot was tweeting out. So that just kind of gave me a kind of weird feeling. And then I went in the Telegram and I was kind of asking questions like, hey, what's going on? And they said, oh, he said he was traveling. And then I'm thinking like, there's these different groups of people that are all have the same questions. And like, we just want an answer. We just want you to be transparent. Like just with David Moss and Colin Pape, it's like, if this guy wants to be the head of this project, then he's got to come out and be the head. But he wasn't showing himself. And for a little bit, I stuck in because I thought about SRX. When SRX first dropped, we had our nodes ready to go. And then they had changed the minimum requirement to run a node. But for SRX, I think it was just not even 12 hours went by. And there was so much backlash in the community on Twitter saying, hey, you guys can't do this without giving an announcement. Just within that 12 hours, they changed it and they gave a window of time. I think it was maybe 5 days, saying, okay, we apologize for dropping this on you guys without without notice ahead of time. So we have changed the requirements back down to 1,000 and we'll open the window for a 5-day period. So going through that experience, I was holding my Pop for a little bit longer, but then not hearing back from him after the 8th and a few days after, kind of seeing where the momentum was going, the opportunity presented itself where it was a node night and I needed some gas. And I said, all right, Pop, I think it's time to move on. I sent, a few good memes on Twitter and said some things in Telegram, and I got kicked out of Telegram. And Twitter was pretty fun because it was, jokes were said, and I ran my node and I named it Red Flag Node Pop. So that's where I stand with that. But who knows, maybe I'll get back in, maybe I won't. But just for me, there's just other things that came about, and I didn't like dwelling on it. I didn't like thinking about it like on the, in my free time, like, oh, what's going on with Pop? What's going on with Valerian? So just for the peace of mind, I just had to back out.
Yeah, definitely. So we'll see how it turns out, but that's just the latest on that. You win some, you lose some. It's not always going to be roses. It's not always going to be win. I don't want to say a win or a L because like it's still being decided, but it's just not as straightforward and smooth of a process.
So maybe we're spoiled with Strong and Pre.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
because they just raised the bar. It's such a high standard now.
Well, I do think there is a way of doing this, and I think pre-search, I don't know, maybe they did or didn't do their, or saw how David was doing his AMAs, but all I have to say is the crypto community, crypto Twitter likes transparency and accessibility to the people who are running projects.
Exactly. Yeah. There's a lot of momentum, a lot of money gets moved around, if you get a good following behind you. And just like what we talked about before, if the community has a voice and they want answers, it's the mob mentality. It's like, hey, what's going on? Like we're investors, we demand something, and now we have more of a voice. So instead of getting a quarterly piece of mail from Morgan Stanley that says, oh, there's this meeting going on in so-and-so location, and you could vote for all these people that you don't know and never will see and never will talk to. Saturday mornings, 7 a.m., we're over here talking to the CEO of Strongblock, asking him a question. He directly answers me, he directly answers you, so it's a whole different time.
Definitely. So yeah, that concludes Pop and the potential for nodes. We'll definitely circle back around if and when there's more clarity. If not, there's other opportunities. So that's that. I think we're on a roll. We're feeling good.
Okay.
You want to?
What we got next?
Yeah. So DAOs and APYs. I talked about DAOs last week. KLIMA red flag warning.
They had a little botch drop, and that was on.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about
Monday.
That. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah. It was supposed to be
at 1 p.m.
1 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
But it didn't come out till like 4 or something later in the day, right?
Right. So when that happened, I remember I decided, I was like game time decision. Like I was like, should I do it? I decided not to, but the coin went from like 365 or whatever it opened at to at one point like 1500. So you could have 5x your money. By the end of the day, you got in, 4 p.m. let's say. By like 10, 11, you're already. Let's go with this. By 10,
that.
Yeah.
I think it's on CoinMarketCap.
Is it here now? So this is the project. It's another DAO too. And the interesting thing about this is backed by carbon currency, which are carbon credits. Again, just trying to make it a more greener future. So I think their goal is to take the carbon credits off the market because companies can buy carbon. There is a market for carbon credits amongst big companies if they want to do some type of business. So that's essentially, I'm just summarizing on a high level, but they're looking to eliminate carbon credits from the market to force companies to adopt better, cleaner business practices.
Yeah, right now it's in at $2,048. So
wow, so you could have came up 5. That's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
And
5x, yeah.
I'm gonna check the website, see what we got.
Yeah, I mean, you can bond there too and stake. And another thing was the first Epic didn't distribute any rewards. But there's really? So that's another reason where they're like, oh, rug. But then they ended up going through. So that's good.
It's at 33,903 APY right now. I think OHM was around like 8,000 last time I checked.
Yeah, so that's the recent on KLIMA, and the API is pretty high. OHM, just on other news, OHM dipped when KLIMA came about.
Ooh, that's your hot take? You think that was people swapping over?
I think they were kind of getting caught up in the hype. That's what I think. I like how I go to this site and this is the first thing that shows up. Pop.
They want you, bro. They say don't leave, don't leave.
So here,
OHM is at 7,868 APY.
So here we are. Boom, 900. I think it even got high as like 1,000. No, I never did. On the app it showed it, but okay, 960. Then boom. Look at what date is this? 20. I think that's when KLIMA, was starting its climb. So as you can see, look at that drop right here. Boom.
Yeah.
This is interesting because, well, hold on. I'm sorry. I'm looking at one day. My bad. Here we go. Yeah, this is what it was. I'm sorry. So there we go. This makes more sense. 1,000, almost 300. Boom. A little baby dip. Okay. And then what day was that? The 14th. I think people were like in preparation for KLIMA. Maybe just, moving bags over, whatever.
Yeah.
600. I scooped some up on the way up to like around 800. Finally got in. I've been talking about this for a while, but I just never got in. All right, cool. So where we're at now, here. not really tripping on the price of the coin. It's all about how long you're in the project for. And again, where you're going to get any APY, that's what, 8,000?
Yeah.
KLIMA's 33,000. So there you are. Time. Let's go over, that's another DAO. That's a fork of Time Wonderland. It's a fork of OHM.
Ooh,
6,000. It wasn't just like, man. Oh, wasn't it just like at 2,000? What? Yo.
Yeah. APY 59,000.
Okay, so if you have 6 bags hanging around, or just say, hey, you own some strong, or you have some strong, and just say you have 10 nodes, let's say. I'm using 10 because I don't know, just using 10, easy number.
Nice round number.
Nice round. There we go. Nice round number. Right at this rate, 10 nodes, you get 1 a day times 7. So that's 7 coins. The price is strong right now. Depending on where you sell it at, it's like, let's just say 700, easy number. In a week, you're making 4, almost 5 bands. Okay, cool. Let's just round it up. Let's say it's like 800, whatever. Let's say whatever, you get to 6,700. You can literally put your strong rewards into one Wonderland and get 59,000 APY. What does that turn out to, like, per day? Like,
we got to run some calculators.
Okay.
Some Steven calculators.
Okay, we'll get back to you on that. But that's crazy because you can see your rewards go up per day. So say for OHM, I think I got like I said, I got a couple. I was at 0.02. So that was at 8,000. So I'm at 0.02. I would imagine, I don't know if this is right, but I would just go, 33,000 divided by 8,000. So that's almost 4. So what, 4 times? So would you say 0.02 times 4? So 0.08, almost 0.1 a day. That's rough math. I don't know if that's right. That's just how I'm breaking it down right now. But 0.1 of 6,000 a day, wasn't it like $600?
Bring out the calculator.
Times 0.1. Yeah, $671 a day at that APY. Now, gas fees, it might be, crazy, but a couple days in there, and I believe it's compounding too, right?
Mm-hmm. Like OHM. Yeah.
There you go.
So you get the price appreciation and you get the APY.
So you go one. So the next day you get to say 1.1 times. I'm not even going to start doing that compounding equation, but you see how it works. Boom. So if you have 6K laying around and you're feeling kind of risky, or if you have strong and you just want to diversify a little bit, hey, I can take a week's worth of risk and put it into Wonderland and know I can, put transfer strong into Wonderland on Sunday. And by this time next week, if Wonderland goes to shit, I'll have my money back or I'll recoup what I risked.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just feel like, strong gives you options to do these type of things. So take it with a grain of salt. It's not financial advice. It's only financial opinion.
True. And then that leads us into, did you have anything else about time or?
That was it.
About DAOs, like, where do you think the future of DAOs are going?
I like you mentioned this, like DAO and XDC, bro. That would be so nice.
Lower fees.
Those fees, bro. SRX claim is 0.001. That's of a that's of an XDC coin.
Yeah.
I did the math once upon a time, but I know that. So just say if XDC is at 11 cents, you're getting 0.001. That's 0.00011 cents to claim.
Damn. Yeah.
Ethereum fees to claim strong. Yeah, strong's cool. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to hate on it, but you pay like maybe $150, $200, $300, $400, depending on the time of day.
Yeah.
Bro, you might have, you guys use your imagination. It's going to be left to right, but right to left. That's a 0. Here, let me just, I'm doing that. I'm being extra right now. but there's only one way to do it. So point, show up.
Hey.
1-1, my guy.
Yeah.
You know what? Whatever. I'm not gonna do it. It's too hard.
I think they get it, bro. That XDC.
Hey, wow. Yo, you see my screen, right?
Yeah. Why are you using this?
Why am I being such a boomer?
Android guy?
Why am I being an Android right now? Yo, hold on. We're gonna do this. We're gonna cut that, but we're gonna do this right now.
Okay. Well, yeah, I forgot we got that option still.
Yeah, so it's not the end of the world. I don't really like clicking this random shit. All right, I'm gonna do Google one time. Sorry, guys.
Oh, disloyal. These hoes ain't low.
All right, so one coin of XDC is at 11 cents. And what was it? 0.001 of XDC?
Yeah.
My guy. This is 1 penny.
Yeah.
This right here, if this was a 5, would be half of a penny. I don't even know. This is XDC network, in case people were wondering. I'm like, what?
Yeah, more things are going to get built on there. So we're talking about plugin, the Oracle.
XDC, something you might want to check out. Shout out to my boy Kev putting me on, and always give credit where credit's due. So I'm gonna show you the site. I'm not gonna go through it just so you can see it. Okay, boom, got the little blue background. Got this thing out here. Okay, here we go. This is, drive a point home.
Okay, hit it with a hammer.
Okay, transactions for Bitcoin. Okay, that's cool. Transactions for Ethereum. That's cool. Transactions for Zenfin. It's like that one meme with Vince McMahon where he's like, talking about when he's sitting down. He's sitting down. I'm gonna pull that up right just to give people some context. Yeah. Average fee $15, $10. My guy, I'm not you think I was just making some numbers up? 0.0001. How many zeros was that after the point?
I can't even count anymore, bro.
All right, you guys get the point. Let me just show you this meme right here. Make Vince McMahon meme.
Shouts out Stacks.
Hey, shouts out Stacks. If you know, you know.
Hey, might have to drop that meme soon.
Yeah, this is me on Bitcoin. Like, yo, you can exchange value across the world in 15 minutes. Like, okay, you got my attention. Ethereum, you can use smart contracts and create flexibility. This and that. Oh, okay, now we're talking.
Yeah.
XDC fees are 0.00001 cent. That's me right there.
You might have to drop that one.
This is your boy right here. I'm killing the vibe. This is your boy right here. This is me. when I pay those fees on SRX. A little story. I didn't know how much the fees were going to be, so I gave Jesse like a decent amount of XDC. And we're like, bro, I don't know how much it's going to be because we're just so used to Strong. I think I've said this before, but I'm going to say it again. We claim, and it was like, you have, let's say it was like 100. You have 99.9999. I was like, bro, this is nothing to claim. Like, it's just crazy. But yeah, this was me the second I hit claim.
Yeah.
Your boy was really feeling it like that. All right. But yeah, let's go ahead and finish up here, but let's talk about the metaverse. I think that's there's a lot to talk. I think we kind of talked about it actually, but I think, did you have anything else to go on the metaverse?
No, I think we pretty tapped on that one. Right, unless you want to run like a short clip on it, but
we can cut this out. But I feel like there's, to me, for some reason, feel like there's more to talk about. But
on the meta,
or just in general, but
yeah, go for it. What you got? What are you thinking about?
Yeah, we can just freestyle for the hit. If it sticks, it sticks. If it doesn't, then it's all good.
About the meta, or you got some other topics?
Just anything, yeah. Or I don't know. I feel like maybe it's just me thinking I gotta go still, but that's it.
I think if you want to talk some NFTs,
Okay, let's do that.
That's some things written down here. We could talk about about the Gary Vee that I just was watching.
Okay.
He had mentioned he was talking about NFTs integrated with artists. Like they've already had, I think Tory Lanez came out with an album where he had NFTs, and then I think it was like $1 or something like that. But he was talking about it more as in the sense of the community holding value behind the artist. So he was saying if you come out with an album, say use like Kanye for example, Kanye comes out with an album on November 1st. Integrated with that album, there's 10,000 NFTs. Now those NFTs might be pretty pricey, but if you're one of those 10,000 NFT holders, you could be getting royalties from the total album sales. So now that basically is cutting out like those record companies, those companies that just want to get a little bit of the bag, even though the artist is the one producing all the art and providing for the fans, you go into the shows and all that. So thinking about that, the royalties, I remember reading about World of Women, the NFT, like there's different tiers and different levels. World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
They're gonna have to patent that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so reading about that NFT, a couple months back, they had different tiers saying if you held this level World of Women NFT, you were going to get royalties from the overall revenue of the company. And then tying this into artists using that same method is like, man, that relationship from basically the seller to the customer, that cord is just getting shrunk every day. So now if Gary Vee had this idea of the artist dropping his album, having NFTs, and now people are basically going to invest in that artist through the NFT. That's just another utility of an NFT add that to the long list that just keeps on
growing.
Running.
Yeah. Also, too, there was a release by the Hundreds today.
Okay,
I kind of forgot, but they were giving early access to Atom Bomb Squad, or what? Man, I'm sorry, I'm forgetting the name. Atom Bomb Squad. I think that's what it is. Yeah, Atom Bomb Squad. So if you held one, I don't know how it worked exactly, but maybe if you went to the site and there was like a spot to like verify your NFT or like scan your Ethereum wallet that, oh, you hold an NFT from this collection, boom, you get access to the site before anyone else does. So
yeah, there's probably a way that it links like your wallet, huh?
Yeah, there just wasn't really anything that I liked in particular, but again, it's just being there early, the proof of concept, I like it. And so as this grows, there might be a sick collab with, again, the Hundreds wants to be the first company in the metaverse to start making clothes. Now, what if, I don't know, I'm just saying, they have that infrastructure and now all these other companies want to onboard. Either they're going to look to the Hundreds as like how, like the roadmap, how to do it, or it's like, hey, the Hundreds already has the infrastructure, let's just go ahead and partner with them. So now all these companies that are, people like to flaunt or they feel good about, Gucci, YSL, what have you, Burberry, I don't know, Balenci, I don't know, whatever.
Oh, didn't we talk about that with Fortnite? Was it Balenciaga?
I think, yeah. So exactly, they already have that. So, but the point is like, hey, now is Balenciaga, all of them, are they going to have to create their own little tech team? I don't know if they could. I don't know if they want to do that though. It's like, hey, if someone's already here, we'll just go ahead and piggyback on what they're doing, partnership with them. So pretty much, hey, we'll use the Bobby Hundreds infrastructure to run our clothes on there.
That's a good take.
So
if they got that team, they could use that same strategy that they use to implement their gear in the metaverse some other clothing company can reach out to them, say, hey, we don't want to acquire new employees and go through all this training. We just want you guys to put that out for us.
Right. And at the
Wow.
same time, what if there's a collaboration, or it's like, hey, for being a bomb holder, they might even negotiate and say, hey, I don't know, what's a good, I'm not into this type of stuff, but like, what's a really expensive bag?
Michael Kors.
No, there's other. Let's look it up. Let's look it up. Let's look it up. I'm gonna look it up. You
Damn,
said
am I
Michael
basic for
Kors.
that? I don't know bags, bro.
I was about to say that too. I don't know.
Hey,
Expensive.
if I said a fancy ass bag, is that sus or no?
Nah, why?
Like what if I knew bags?
Chanel. Is that expensive? I don't know. I don't think so. No. It's like a Tom Ford. I don't know. Again, I'm not really into this type of stuff. Like that's not. This
You
is
need
not
that
really.
guest.
Yeah,
You know
give me
who?
that. Give me that Coach, bro. You know, like
Yeah.
maybe I think Coach might be kind of up there, but that Hermes, like I don't know. Yeah, here we go. Hermes Quelled. Yeah,
Jansport.
it's a here. Let me share my screen. This is crazy. This bag costs 100,000. You see my screen?
Yeah.
I'm not trying to
That
show
one
this
with the
screen.
pig?
I'm not trying to show all that. Hold on. Chill.
Whoa, whoa,
No,
whoa.
hold on. Watch
I'm gonna
out.
have to bleep that out.
Yeah.
Started with a P. P O.
I see POR. Is it hub?
That's pre-search, huh?
That's pre-search hub. What you talking about, yo? All right. But yeah, this bag right here costs. Let's just go through the whole little joint. All right, boom.
Bro, is that a pig
One,
from fucking Dora the Explorer or something?
is that a pig from Dora Explorer? Yeah, it looks like a pig. Next one, Urban Satchel Louis Vuitton, 150 bands. Fuchsia, I don't even know. Hermes, but it's like this. I don't. I could care less for this. Like this does nothing to me or for me. You know, like okay, cool. Like, bro, it's all right, cool. Bro, 1.9. All right, you get the point. I'm trying to say, everyone, right? What if they just say, hey, in order, like you have to set aside a few bags for bomb squad holders. I don't know, maybe that's kind of far-fetched, but like you never know. He's like, in
Ooh.
exchange,
Leverage.
yeah, because like people are like, oh, now it's not just hundreds. He's leveraging his infrastructure he made in the metaverse, and now he's giving us more options.
Mm.
Unless he makes his own bags. I don't think they're really into that. But I'm just trying to say, like, that's your ticket to maybe access to these type of things.
Yeah, that's a deep dive because you're saying they have a bigger like their view could be bigger than just their own clothes. Like they could provide a service as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I wear more on the streetwear side of stuff. I don't really own anything too. I don't own any designer or brand name type stuff like that.
But you could in the meta.
But I could in the meta, exactly. So if I can, let's say I can't afford it in real life, but I can afford it in the meta.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. You afford it in real life. Okay, cool. But then you go to the meta, or you can't afford it in real life. You go to the meta, it's like we can still get that you can still fulfill your dream of rocking a bag that's like $1 million, but maybe over here you pay 2,000. It's still gonna be the top of the line. I don't see why they would make it the same here and there.
Yeah.
Or maybe
what
they
about
do.
those?
I don't know.
What about those cats that wears Jordans, but they don't want to get them dirty, so they just leave them dead stock in their closet? Now in the meta, they can wear those J's and they don't get dirty.
But then when the first time they wear it in person over, a couple years, the first time they step, this is the bottom of the shoe, and this is the top. It's gonna go like this. It's gonna detach, and the whole like the sole of the shoe will stay on the ground, and the rest of the shoe will lift, and you'll just see like the glue hella dry.
Yeah.
Long story short, if you don't use it, you lose it. So gotta keep that. You gotta keep that glue flexible. That applies for a lot of things in life, but I won't go any further in that. But wow, that's boy comment. But that's the moral of the story. You got to use it. If you don't use it, you lose it. And just, I don't know how I even got here, but metaverse, bags, NFTs, limited edition. Hey, I'll say this right now. If one of the name bag designer or whatever name designer bags. Why am I stuttering? It's kind of tired, but name brand designers, if they come out with NFT, I might have to just bust down a little bit and just
so
cop.
it's just like an investment.
It's an investment, not just for that, but
Mm-hmm.
for a lot of things, a lot of leverage too.
But
And
do you think bags are more of a like an over maybe like 45 crowd, or is there a lot of younger people that rock the bags?
so
Like a
that's it. So
like
that's the
Kardashian
thing.
flex, like
Yeah,
a Kardashian flex?
yes, that's the thing.
Okay.
So it's all about that bag. If you have that bag, it just means something. Again, it's like guys and like their shoes, let's say,
like a watch
or a watch. It's
okay.
I don't get it because it's a bag, but like I do get a watch, so it's the equivalent. I'm just being a guy about it.
Okay.
But I guess the take home here is if one of those name brand designers come out with NFT, I will make that investment, because now you're getting access to limited stuff that either you can sell or you can get access to. And let's just say this: you scratch my back, I scratch yours. How you want to scratch my back is up to you. Yes. But you can get a bag if you want.
Yeah.
Another wild boy comment, but that's how life. A lot of backdoor deals happen in life. And here's another thing too, since we're here, like majority of job listings and job posts or job openings aren't really listed. It's all about through referral.
Who you know.
So who you know. So thank you.
What you know.
Yeah. Okay. So it's about who you know, who has access to what, who has access to opportunities, who has access to bags. I can sell it. I can do a little trade. What the trade might be, who knows? But you have options. You have the ability. So NFTs aren't always just about getting rich. It's about access and opportunity and accessibility. So yeah, there's a lot of shit I'm gonna cut out. I'm going wow, like I was really hinting at. I'm about to, anyways.
Hey, that was a little spicy. I could feel that was.
Where the
arrow was pointed in some direction. So I was like, whoa,
but that's, you gotta let the people know it's not just a little PG. It's not TV. What is that shit? I don't know.
PG-13.
No, it's TVMA. You feel me? Like mature audience.
Yeah.
But all right. I think that's about it for me. I'm trying to think. No. Got anything? Anything you want to keep? You want to say on the record before we shut her down?
I like doing a little node watch. Go through a couple nodes I got my eyes on. Plugin that was last week. The Oracle that's running on XDC. Nodes are supposed to come out Q1 2022. They had some tweets about starting applications like maybe in November. So that's kind of interesting to see. And price action was a little wild when it dropped from 10 cents all the way up to 250. And then I think now it's around like 80 cents or so, kind of settled under a dollar. So that one's keep an eye on. And then keep an eye on IAGON, IAG.
There we go.
The cloud storage service that is a ERC20 token, but is going to make the swap to Cardano. And that's supposed to be Q2 2022. Nodes going live there. And that one was a Critical Complex. David had a pretty good video about explaining the white paper. And he was saying that nodes of any size possibly could be ran. So if you had, 500, 1,000, or 10,000 or a million, it would just depend on how many tokens that you had that your rewards would be. And also the fact that they're talking about them being run on IoT devices too. I remember reading about how they would use storage on IoT devices. So that's kind of a new thing to think about, a new idea to dig deep down into, and also that they're going to have a node marketplace, which Strong was talking about too. So that was interesting. And then what else? I think, yeah, we're still waiting on Morpheus, the supply chain management software. They haven't released any information yet, but yeah, those are probably on my top three that I've been eyeing. What about you?
Those are pretty much. Shaw.
Oh yes,
What's
price
that?
action.
Yeah, I was like thinking like there's one that we're like not missing, but like there's something happening. Shaw. So it's why. What's the actual name of it? Yeah, yeah, Shaw
You want to
256.
bring it up on the screen?
Yeah, let's do that. Side topic. I've noticed if there's two people, there isn't a limit on time.
Yeah, I was wondering about that. I was like,
Yeah,
when's this gonna go
interesting.
up?
So I think that once they realize if you're trying to start tapping in, they're gonna start
Uh,
They're gonna start cap in.
and I wonder if you have 4 people, if it goes even lower.
Yeah, I know, right? So Shaw Crypto Safe Haven. There it is. Interesting. I actually dedicated one strong token to this, and I have a decent amount.
Nice.
This was about a couple weeks ago. I was just letting the people know. I told you this. Like it was definitely around this area.
Mhm.
Even like say right here.
Yeah.
So it went all the way to here. What is this? No, there. Almost a cent.
Yeah.
Nice. And then it went back down, back up, and now it's like holding, like a 50% gain. Well, compare it. Let's go 7-day. No, it's not gonna change. 1 day. Anyways, but as you can tell, let's go back here. We're like here, like 0.03. It's almost, yeah, up 50%, but roughly. So that's cool. They're actually running some nodes as well. I just don't know how much they'll cost.
I think they had different tiers. It was like 3 million,
Yeah.
and then it got higher from there.
So let's do some quick math. Let's bring out that handy dandy calculator. Let's say 3 million. Was 3 million the lower tier?
Hold on, give me a sec. Did you want to talk about what it is?
Oh yeah, let's do that. Pre-search. Sorry, you guys are gonna, this. Oh, remember this number? At some point, it was like at 7.9. Now it's 8.1. So just saying. I'm always gonna say so. SHA 250. SHA crypto. I like how. Let's go. So what SHA is? I don't want this. Sure. So what SHA is it's safe haven. It is a building DeFi solutions for safely managing, storing, and transferring your crypto or other digital assets like NFTs, passwords, pictures, and documents. Safe haven solution includes decentralized inheritance, master node solutions, wallet, and pooling services. Now that we see VeChain and Polygon here, not that I was sleeping on Shaw, because I definitely have some, but I might start dollar cost
You see it
averaging.
there?
Say what? Yeah,
Go back to there.
Yeah, I might start dollar cost averaging, but here's real quick. So military grade encryption and security, recognized by the EU, patents pending. So yeah, these are the 4 or 5. So VeChain's part of this.
Polygon, yeah.
Polygon. Now, given the whole, not situation, but the good news with Strong Block and Polygon, and this is, there's an affiliation here. We'll probably explore that a little bit more. Let's see what they do. So digital inheritance. This was, it is what it is. I don't have a problem saying it, but there was a little issue, when some family things happened. Who got what got who, so forth. So whatever, right? This will pretty much say, hey, this is what this is what was left, and this is who it's distributed to. There's no if, ands, or buts. It's not a question of, oh, does it exist? Does it not exist?
Mm-hmm.
Putting that there says, this is a decentralized third party that's, the person took, did the due diligence to, set it up so there isn't a dispute when they're gone. So this helps with that.
We've both been in the same situation where we had kind of some sticky things going on through the passing of assets. So to find out about this token just makes more sense about the blockchain, because the traditional way, you would have a will, a trust, and that's all written down on paper. Person A keeps a copy of it, and the lawyer's office that did that documentation keeps a copy of it. But we all know things happen. People change their minds. Things get lost or moved around, or people could get paid off. There's just so many different things that can happen with a piece of paper. Now, transferring this to the blockchain and turning it into a digital copy, once it's there on the blockchain and that user has their different accounts linked up, it's there. There's no dispute. Nothing you could do. You set in stone how you want your future to be handled, and it takes all the guesswork. It takes all the complications out of it. And thinking about where we are now, a lot of the users in crypto are, I would say, probably on the younger side. So this is a very futuristic play, because, speaking in good terms, like, no one's dying tomorrow, right? But this technology is going to be used for the people of today tomorrow. Just depends who wants to adapt it at what time. But there's going to be a time where people are going to be older and have wallets and say, hey, what am I going to do with my wallet? Like, I want to set this up for my son. So
So this is their overall vision, is to provide the most trusted financial toolbox for the digital economy. So everyone and everywhere has access to financial tools that cultivate an accessible, inclusive, and secure digital economy for everyone. All the buzzwords that people nowadays like to hear, especially inclusive. Oh, wow, them boys. It's getting late. Your boy's wilding.
Crypto After Dark.
Crypto After Dark.
On our document that we started on Google, September 15th, but we had talked about it, man, what was it, like in the summertime, huh?
Right. We can do that. Let's I'll go back to it, but I just want to say here.
And on that September 15th, it was 0.0045. So
okay, so not too bad. It's going up for sure. I think it's still a good anything under a penny, and given what we're looking at right here, it's going to be, definitely, like you said, you brought up a good point. It's for the people of today for tomorrow, or geared towards, not that, and most people who are on crypto are on the younger side. So we won't see this into maturity. Let's be honest, like, when we pass, and then we pass whatever to our kids, or if we have, I don't know, some people do, some people don't. I'm leaning towards the side of don't. Now you get to know me a little bit more.
Okay, hot take.
But if you don't want, you just say you have a kid. Somehow I have a kid. Ooh, cool. Well, hold on. All right, we wild them boys. It's not that I can't, yo. So don't get that twisted. It's like
man, I didn't even think about that.
Hot take on hot take. It's not that I can't.
Damn, you got that vasectomy or something, huh?
Pause. Not
shooting blanks.
Shooting blanks. Yeah, you guys get the point. Sorry, you get the point.
Everybody gets the point.
Everybody gets the point.
Here. We're all learning.
So
we're all creating. Boycott Netflix. All right, never mind.
All right. So to say when we pass, there's going to be that infrastructure where people are going to be like, Safe Haven was able to provide me with, if this was set in 2000, let's say 25, and this was set then, and it's today's date, whatever the day's date, and wow, it was safe for this amount of time, X, Y, and Z. It's kind of like just being around for a while, like Coca-Cola. You're there for over 100 years. You're just, even McDonald's, not the best, you're not the worst. You're like somewhere in the middle, but people know what they're going to get, and they just been exposed to it so many times where it's just now more of a psychological. They got the buyer. the consumer. So I think it's going to be one of those things. Not that it can't. I mean, obviously, there's a lot of things. What if someone buys all the coins, stakes them, the nodes, of course. But I think, you won't really see its full potential until like the first round of people who use it kind of pass away, and then now there's people like, oh yeah, they feel they have that trust and security that what they set out for it to do, in the past, we're looking at, we're in the future right now.
That's true. The only way to see the results,
right, is to have it go through.
Have people die.
Obviously, there's other things in here, but like that's like probably one of the biggest ones where and everything's going digital nowadays, right? So I'm glad we had this little extra node session, because this is actually pretty interesting. Again, I knew all this stuff, but to seeing it for a second time, and what the point you said, and like obviously there's nodes. Let's go ahead and check out those nodes.
On here we got it looks like there's 4 different levels of the masternode program. So you got 1 million, 2.5, 10, and 30, and they all have different maturity dates, and also you get a discount on the safe haven subscription too. So
see, like, so look at all this stuff. Priority access to our events, eligible for the governance model. I don't know what this is, legacy node pool, but you get 50% of the total rewards pool. Like, that's like to me, they're pretty much saying buy this joint. 50%, you're getting over half of the rewards. Like, that's kind of wild. That's 30 million.
Yeah.
I need to break down some math and see what that will turn out to be, but and we were like about 30,000. Anyways, now this is very interesting right here. I like this. This is definitely a long-term futuristic play, but yeah, I'm gonna have to check this out a little bit more. And look, you get a free Safe Haven Inheritee hoodie.
Hey, sign me up.
Come on, free, get your merch. Here we go. VTO. This is where the V chain comes in right here. VTO is VThor, which is when you stake V or just holding VeChain, they give you VThor as part of just holding it. Like it's the gas to run VeChain essentially.
Oh yeah, right. I remember that. So
that's I don't know how they're connected exactly. I have to do more research. Oh, there it goes right here. VeChain, VThor wallet. Oh, I think this might be for the nodes, because VeChain has their own nodes and it's on their own wallet. So I think there might be a connection with kind of like what we're saying, like the metaverse. Those name brand designers are like, we don't want to create our own. We'll just go ahead and like kind of partner with someone who already has something, and boom. I think that's. Don't quote me on it. That's first glance, because they don't talk about their own network. They just mention VeChain. So but that's all I got right here. Oh, another thing, pooling, staking. So boom, that's another thing. I feel like this thing, there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of things that this can be used for. So I'm gonna have to check out the staking right here, because if it's still, not young, but like if it's still, still growing, and you can like stake some coins.
Yeah. Same.
I don't have a problem like aping in, because like we've seen how, with like DVPN staking, how many coins we get. Imagine if you just got like a big bag, and if you get like 5,000 coins a day, that'll add up pretty quick. And then you compound that, boom, you take them out, put them back in at a higher rate.
Yeah,
we've seen that.
Or you get a certain amount, run the numbers on how much rewards you're getting, and then you get a specific amount of tokens, and then the rest you get in rewards. Then that could build you up to a node.
Yeah, so. And that's where the calculators come into play, because now you can kind of game plan and forecast out. This was kind of like on the lower end of my list, but since it's so cheap right now, I'm definitely that they have a node system clearly laid out. It's no funny business. This is definitely moved up to like top 3 for at least my node list. How you asked earlier, right? I'm definitely moving this up to the top.
There's a node watch.
Node watch, and this is definitely a long-term play, like for the reasons why we mentioned prior. But I just want to say that and reiterate that, like, I'm not expecting to see anything anytime soon, but this might be more like maybe whoever's like a kid, my kid, or someone who I don't know is gonna what's the word, survive me. Is that the right term or whatever? Like
your dog.
Yeah, maybe straight to my dog. My dog's gonna be living like the fancy life. Or my dog's kids. I'll be like, yeah, bro, go ahead and clap some dog cheeks on tripping.
It's a very down the road project, but I think it's got some good weight behind it. But definitely dive in deeper and see what else we got here. But gotta start somewhere.
Again, DYOR. I'm gonna make a little guide. What are the terms in crypto? DYOR. Do your own research. This is not fine. NFA. Mm-hmm. What else? WGMI. 4IR. FUD. HODL. Shit. Spooky.
DGen.
DGen. I might
Spooky
have to add Spooky. Yeah, I'm adding that. That's a personal ad. If you don't like it, I'm putting it in Spooky because here we go. So I'm gonna cut this out. It's gonna be its own segment. Hold on. I'm gonna let it. Yeah. I'm gonna be quiet and I'm gonna start.
Hey, get the screen going. Put up like a Spooky or
yeah.
You can make this like a little segment, like a TikTok.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a little segment like why I always say Spooky.
Okay, let's go.
Because oh no, I need it. Here we go.
Hey. What's that one you use? Use that black guy going like this.
Oh, Jesus Amaro.
Yeah, who the fuck is that?
It's like they have a podcast.
Oh, okay. Did you watch that Dave Chappelle special?
No, I'm gonna watch that tonight probably.
Bro, it's 12:30.
I know, wild, huh? How do I make this bigger? Here we go.
We'll try to watch it this weekend.
Yeah, it's 12:30. What the fuck?
I said I wasn't going to go to 1:00 today, but
here we are.
Here we are.
All right. Hold on. I'm going to pause real quick. All right. So if people have been following me or seen me post on social media before, I'm talking about all this crypto stuff. My screen sharing, right? Yeah, it is. You might see me always saying, oh, it's getting spooky. Shit getting spooky. Spooky vibes. Real spooky vibes. Some combination of real spooky vibes put together. The reason why I say that is because we're talking a lot about this crypto stuff, and this is me going out on a limb to some people. I really think this is going to be the future. Just understanding the utility. Looking at some of the documents from the World Economic Forum, they already have, the ISO. Let's just pull that up. ISO 20022 crypto list. So if you don't know what this is the World Economic Forum. Sorry, I'm kind of botching this. World Economic Forum, cryptocurrency. In this guide right here, if it loads, and you type in ISO 2022. Oh, don't do this to me. Oh, don't do this. Oh, I know it's in here. But look, there's Ethereum. Okay. My eyes are getting dry. Ethereum. I think there's Algorand. Okay, boom. Oh, yo, Algorand. It's mentioned 8 times. So let's go to the part. Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
Throughput and scalability. This is the World Economic Forum. Okay, guys? Jesse knows this. We've talked about this.
Yep.
88. My boy Stacks put me on. So if you know Stacks, you know Stacks. Salute to Stacks. Salute to Stacks. Algorand, Cardano, Cello, the infamous XRP.
Oh.
Scam coin, according to some people. It's not real. It's not decentralized. I don't know. Okay. No, it's all love though, but I'm just saying, you know me, I'm gonna let you, if you know me, if you're wrong, I'm gonna let you know. That's just how I am. And that's keep it real. Stellar. So all these can scale. Look at the transactions, 1,000 transactions per second, 257 transactions per second, 1,000 transactions per second. I'm not too familiar with this project. Maybe I should look into it. XRP, the Phoenix will rise. 1,500 transactions per second. costing, okay, a little bit more expensive than XDC. Okay, point zero, it's 0.0002 cents more expensive.
Oh, I can't.
Damn, that's breaking my bank, yo. Solana. Fast transactions on the layer 2 and has the ability to shard. Not shard. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah, chill.
Shard. The D. 1,000 operations per ledger. 250 transactions per second. Okay, so World Economic Forum. I got distracted, but this is the same economic forum from the world that did this. Okay, stay with me here. I'm going down the rabbit hole. We're here.
Yep. It's late. We're diving.
It's late. We're diving. Okay, so World Economic Forum. I'm pretty sure this was tied into it.
Maybe it's gone. They deleted.
Oh, yo, that's okay. If they deleted this, it's spooky right now. Okay, they have it here.
Okay.
At least they have this. All right, but so Cyber Polygon from the World Economic Forum. Okay, you know what? I really want to make this a point because this is go back event 201. So event 201 was an event led by John Hopkins that pretty much simulated a high level pandemic exercise on October 18th, 2019. I don't think it takes a rocket scientist to realize what happened a couple months later. And even then, they were saying that, I'm not going to mention it, that thing was already out technically in 2019. It just didn't get to the US by 2020. So take that how you will. Here it is. See, I knew something. What's another thing? Whoa. This is a lot of buzzwords right going on. So we got John Hopkins working with the World Economic Forum and Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation on a high-level pandemic exercise. The exercise illustrated areas where public and private partnerships will be necessary during the response to a severe pandemic in order to diminish large-scale economic and societal consequences. Interesting, very interesting. This is my very sarcastic ass, sardonic. That's a GRE word. Look that up. Sardonic, SARDONIC.
Word of the night.
Let's see. Let's put me on the spot. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. Your boy, I be talking that shit, but I know what I'm talking.
Spelling bee champ.
Spelling bee. Meet me at the parking lot garage. Let's go. If you know, you know. All right, let's get back on topic. Hey, can we go? What does Alex Jones say? Can we get serious? Let's get serious.
Okay, we get serious.
It's just funny though. So I knew it was somewhere, but event 201, let's just recap. Let's bring it back in partnership with John Hopkins, very reputable medical university, World Economic Forum, Bill and Melinda Gates, talking about exercise illustrated areas where public and private partnerships will be necessary during the response to a severe pandemic. Okay, interesting. So now let's go to Cyber Polygon again, World Economic Forum. And so anyone can say, or anyone can agree that most of the stuff has now gone digital from 2019, 2020 till now. Okay. So digitalization, I think that's with the Z, depending on where you're from, is accelerating everywhere. New digital ecosystems are forming all around us and are creating unnoticed linkages across services and supply chains. Okay, I know it's getting late here. Let's just wrap it up. So Cyber Polygon is a unique cybersecurity event that combines the world's largest technical training exercises for corporate teams and online conferences, featuring senior officials from international organizations and leading corporations. discuss the key risks of digitalization and best practice for the secure development of digital ecosystems. Exercises to build and test skills needed to protect our industries centering, on the targeted supply chain attack. Okay, supply chain. What's in the news recently? I'm not saying it's targeted, but hey, you know, they're going to weaken it, they're going to cripple it, and then take the legs out. I don't know. That's just, you know, who knows? 120 teams from 29 countries. A comprehensive report with detailed results here. I'm not going to go through it. I definitely feel like you should. I'm going to go there and see what they will say, because I feel like there will expose the weaknesses. If we can find the weaknesses, we live in a world where there's always an answer for something. There's always a solution to something. If you're, you know, you have stocks or you have crypto, this might be a good place to look to where to put, you know, some opportunity. Just saying, that's why I might do. I hate talking like this. I feel like I'm trying to be like a smart ass or something like that.
There you are.
Rather be a smart ass than a dumbass, like we say. So again, Cyber Polygon happened in 2021. I don't know if you guys heard that. Did you hear that?
Oh, what was that? The dog, or they're listening again?
No, I don't know. It's some shit hit my window. But anyways, so it was just held in July 9th, so not too long ago, 3 months ago.
Yep.
So yeah, I won't keep you guys any longer. I know.
And that was before was it Facebook went down?
Right.
And
Microsoft got hacked, I believe.
There's a couple string of incidents that just popped up out of the blue, like, oh, what's going on, right?
So, and boom, partners, Interpol, International Criminal Police Organization, IBM. I don't know, Visa. There's just, you know, just take a look at this. See all the partners lining up. Who's creating these alliances, or who's creating these, you know, connections, and look where things are going, or look what possibly could happen. I'm not saying whatever happened in 2020 was, you know, not real or not was, you know, happened naturally, but I don't know. You see this where it's saying everything's going digital. You know, nowadays you go to a restaurant, they don't even hand you a menu. They're handing you oh, you need a phone QR code. Like, imagine if you don't have a phone, how are you going to eat? What if you're poor or you're homeless? How are you going to eat if you don't have a phone? That's low key. Like, isn't that like a level? Like, oh, let's make boom another hot take. I'm on a roll.
Okay,
let's make it a social justice moment, warrior moment.
Let's do it.
Restaurants are marginalizing homeless people even further from getting food because they don't have a cell phone to scan the QR code to get the menu.
Damn.
Because what if they have $20 but they can't afford a full? It's late, bro. Say with me.
Say it, yeah.
Afford a phone.
Yeah. So it's maybe not even homeless people. Maybe just people who don't have access to that.
Yeah, I know a couple people, like, you know, older people who just don't do cell phones. They be living life. They stay detached.
Yeah.
You're marginalizing them. Who's gonna fight for them? They need rights.
Damn. What about do you think it'll ever come back to that, or I think we surpassed that?
We surpassed
paper menu now. It's just all digital, huh?
Because people are now just always on their phone. That's another thing too. I'm not gonna lie, I'm always on my phone too. I'm just trying to scoop up that pure alpha on Twitter though. But you know, I dibble dabble, you know, I really dibble dabble with like some more of the meme stuff, more of the crude humor. You know, people kind of, you know, I am who I am. That's, you know, I like kind of raunchy comedy, I guess you can say. So I'm always on there looking for like the next funny meme that's kind of trolling or something, whatever. But the point is, yeah, I'm always on my phone more than I was. I think that's just the trend we're going to. But yeah, this can lead into another thing: how to secure your assets. But you know, it is what it is, and at the end of the day, I just want to make sure everyone is aware of what things that, you know, with a lot of research. Shout out 88 Stacks. You know, definitely a good guide on this. Pointed, you know, a lot of people in the right direction. But you know, a digital pandemic that can be worse than the actual pandemic itself.
Oof.
I think that's a good place to end. But do you have anything to add on that, or
No, just
I kind of just went off the cuff. I was just going for it.
I think that's where you tied into where you got your the word spooky, that term.
Oh, thank you. So I say all that to say that's where I get the word spooky from. I thought I high key forgot. That's where I say it's going to get spooky. I just hope people. I posted something today on my Twitter or on my Instagram. Early innovators 2.5%. Early adopters like maybe 13%. That's only 50%. I think the middle part was like early. Let's just pull that up.
That little graph.
Early adopters, early innovators.
Yeah, that's a good graph. I remember that one.
Yes, this one. Diffusion of innovation model.
Yes.
Gotta live this. I think I'm gonna say this right now. I'm gonna live and die on this model.
Okay.
I'm gonna live or die. Excuse me, not live and die. I guess you can do both at the same time. I can be living and dead.
Hey, in the metaverse.
Yeah. So innovators, boom, 2.5%. Early adopters, 13.5. I said this, I didn't really get too into detail, but this right here, this is your anti-spooky zone. This is where, WGMI, or YGMI, you're gonna make it. Here, you'll still see some, in my opinion, see some gains. Like this is like life changing. This is like generational, life changing. Maybe you can combine the two. Here, like, oh, you did well for yourself. Here, it's like, oh, you're just, look at that. You're trying to follow. You're trying to catch up to the train. Like it's already left the station. You're sprinting like, oh no, I'm gonna hop on the back. You're trying to catch that ride. And right here, it's just like, I don't think I have to say anything to know. Yeah,
NGMI, not gonna make it.
Oh, this is even, bro. I'm glad. Okay, I need to kind of like tighten it up because I really want to do a section on this. But look at this. I like how they explain this. The first ones to embrace new idea. I'm gonna make a video on this explaining this.
Just the model?
Yeah, this is the model. So they are the first ones to embrace new idea and innovation. Highest social class, known risk takers, clear financial appetite. Known for social nature and closeness closeness other innovators. Closeness of two other innovators. Anyways, next, the quickest adopter of the idea innovation. Opinion leader, socially forward, advanced education, better stability. Made careful selection of innovation to retain their opinion leadership status. I won't go through all these ones, it's kind of self-explanatory. Adopts at a slower pace. Above average social class, are in contact circles of early adopters, rarely known for opinion leadership. These users accept the idea only after it's accepted by the average man in society, late majority. Yep. Skeptical of accepting new ideas, less risk appetite, less financial stability, below average social class. I'm just reading this. I'm not telling.
Dang, you're roasted.
No, if people feel a certain way, like, I don't know. I'm just reading off what it's telling me. Again, I'm a realist. If you feel some type of way, hey man, I don't know. Take a look in the mirror. I'm low-key wild right now. What's wrong with me?
Damn, it's getting closer to the 31st. That's why.
Yeah, it is. Hey, that's why. The laggards.
Read that last one. Okay, you might have to bleep this out.
Okay. Laggards. This category of users is the most late to adopt an idea innovation. Damn. Resistant to change, holding tightly to traditional things.
No.
I'm a traditional person. I'm not gonna lie. I like traditions, but at the same time, it's like you got to see what's coming. So, I relate with this 60%. Later stage of life cycle, older in age, very little socializing quotient, have lowest social status and lowest financial stability. So, should we?
Go for it.
Are you sure, bro?
We're here.
Okay. All right. This last thing for sure. This might get a little wild, but if you've learned a lot about leadership, can you hear this?
What's he doing? Dancing?
But can you hear this or no?
I heard the beginning, but no, I didn't.
Here, let me take my headphones off. Hear me?
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Lessons. First, of course, a leader needs the guts to stand alone and look ridiculous. But what he's doing is so simple, it's almost instructional. This is key. You must be easy to follow. Now here comes the first follower with a crucial role. He publicly shows everyone else how to follow. Notice how the leader embraces him as an equal. So it's not about the leader anymore. It's about them, plural. Notice how he's calling to his friends to join in. So it takes guts to...
Real quick, he probably was trolling this dude, like making fun of him. But hey, you know, maybe I am how I am for a certain reason. Maybe there's a certain reason. Let's watch. Let's watch.
Be a first follower. You stand out and you brave ridicule yourself. Being a first follower is an underappreciated form of leadership. The first follower transforms a lone nut into a leader. If the leader is the flint, the first follower is the spark that really makes the fire. And here's the second follower. This is a turning point. It's proof the first has done well. Now it's not a lone nut and it's not two nuts. 3 is a crowd and a crowd is news. A movement must be public. Make sure outsiders see more than just the leader. Everyone needs to see the followers because new followers emulate.
Hey, you see him hit that bust down on his back? Ready, bro.
This is hilarious.
Followers, not the leader. Now here come 2 more people, then 3 more immediately. Now we've got momentum. This is the tipping point, and now we have a movement. As more people jump in, it's no longer risky. If they were on the fence before, there's no reason not to join in now. They won't stand.
That guy right there, this guy right here in the white, not gonna make it.
Out. They won't be ridiculed, and they will be part of the in crowd if they hurry. Yeah. And over the next minute, you'll see the rest who prefer to.
No, like let's look at this. Like they showed this little thing above. Yeah, at what point, you know, at what point is it like right here?
Everyone needs to see the follower.
That's late right there.
Momentum.
Would you say at this point, anyone after this not gonna make it, or late adopters?
I think how many people ran in at once shows.
Okay.
So if it's when it shows one person at a time, that's they're early because they're willing to take that step and just be the one person. But when you start seeing people in groups, then that's when it's like, all right,
hey,
they're just going because someone else is going.
That's a
not because they see it and they make that decision consciously themselves. It's more like, oh, he's going, he's right next to me. Oh, they're going, now we're going, rather than just seeing a group and saying, only me will go by myself. It's when they flock in groups is when it's like, oh, not gonna make it.
All right. So when you see people flocking in groups, that's the group you don't want to be. All right. So pay attention.
There's no reason not to join in now. They won't stand out. They won't be ridiculed. And they will be part of the in crowd if they hurry. And over the next minute, you'll see the rest who prefer to stay part of the crowd because eventually they'd be ridiculed for not joining. And ladies and gentlemen, that is how a movement is made. So let's recap what we've learned. If you are a version of the shirtless dancing guy, all alone, remember the importance of nurturing your first few followers as equals, making everything clearly about the movement, not you. Be public, be easy to follow. But the biggest lesson here, did you catch it? Leadership is over-glorified. Yes, it started with the shirtless guy, and he'll get all the credit, but you saw what really happened. It was the first follower that transformed a lone nut into a leader. There's no movement without the first follower. See, we're told that we all need to be leaders, but that would be really ineffective. The best way to make a movement, if you really care, is to courageously follow and show others how to follow. When you find a lone nut doing something great, have the guts to be the first person to stand up and join
in.
Yo, that was really more insightful than I thought it would be.
Yeah, that was a good character study.
I want to say I appreciate you for wanting to do this no talk because it got me onto this old little tangent, but it brought me here, and this is very interesting to me. So,
can you want to translate that into a different scenario?
I just feel like I'll end up talking shit. I'll just be like, I'll be a dick about it.
Well, you could use that that video that we watched right there. We could translate that to just getting into crypto at different stages. because
let's run that. Yeah, let's do that. That's a good idea.
Yeah,
Not tonight, but because I want to like really get into it. But like,
no, I think that's a good chart that you posted, and it's very representative for one of society and for and also too of people, a reflection of people themselves.
Definitely. I'm glad I found this, or I'm glad it's led it, we kind of got wild with it, but it led us to here because I didn't know this existed. I just have this picture.
Yeah. What existed? The video?
Say what?
You didn't know what existed? The video?
No, this, like, I knew this picture existed, but like a full description on what it is.
Oh, I remember that, but it was about marketing back in college. They talked about it.
Yeah, I never heard about this.
I just remember that word laggard, and I remember using that as like, it's like a slang term, like you fucking laggard. You just gotta watch that R, the hard R.
Watch that hard R, watch the L too. Like it's just the R, like the ag and the R. Like depending, which who's around. I trigger them, but yeah, that's definitely not making it. But yeah, Lab 4 in the books.
Man, that was a pretty good one. I think we got a lot to talk about next time, and just keep on building. Link and build, live life.
Definitely. I was doing a lot of video editing stuff, or like learning how to make clips. I didn't really come into this. Not that I wasn't prepared, but like I didn't have like my normal. Jesse was like, bro, you wrote out here writing essays, bro. I didn't have that this time. It was more just like what's going on. But I feel like this end up being one of the more just more flow to it. I don't know. It just felt.
And we got more topics that we can talk about next time, and just some things that popped up.
Right. So
the whole pop
goes the weasel. But all right, folks. If you got this far, if you're watching with us, appreciate it. We're probably going to cut these up into clips, make it a little bit more digestible. But I will put this up in its entirety on YouTube.
Thank you.
Thank you.
For watching. Live life.
Live life, as Jesse says, and as David Moss says. Me seeing you.
Avidazay.
All right, man. I'll catch you.
Boom.
Let me stop it. Here we go.
Yeah.